Hi, I'm Katie Cat, and this is our Wednesday Astro Tarot. So I'm going to do a few different things today. I'm going to start in with the tarot that we have, which there are 5 cards on the table today. After that, I'm going to talk about the astrological influences that are showing up in the reading. And then I'm actually going to switch over to that diagram that I've been showing recently that just shows you the placement of some of the planetary bodies so that you can identify them in the sky, because there's some cool stuff going on right now. And of course, if you are watching this via Instagram and it's getting cut off, because it likely will be about a 10 to 12 minute video, you are welcome to check out the video on my YouTube channel, Delaney's Well. So our cards today are starting off with this opening card of the Ace of Pentacles. So there's some kind of opportunity or invitation that we are being called to in life by way of where we put our effort and our energy. It's as if the universe is literally placing something in our hand of value and asking us, what do you want to do with it? Now, our values have been changing a lot over the years, and likely some of us have been feeling like we've been kind of caught up in our mind, but this is telling us to move forward because this opportunity is really a gift from the universe for you to take into your hand, quite literally. Now, the challenge that we have showing up for today came in as the sun. So there's some kind of realization that we are experiencing something that is being brought to light, perhaps in of ourselves, because the sun is in Pisces right now. It just went into Pisces, and we're at that period of time where things are starting to get turned over, quite literally, by way of the frozen waters starting to thaw and lakes being turned over. So we're starting to see things in a new light, and it's challenging us to show up in a new way. Now, the way that we're going to get through the challenge came in by way of the Lovers. So communication is key in this circumstance. We have to ask ourselves, what do we want to stand behind and what is our ultimate truth? Because the symbol that's associated with this card is Zane, which is the sword, and it's how we use our words and what is behind our words and where our words are coming from. And being that, again, this is the Lovers card, it's associated with communication and how we use that realm by way of exchange. Because when you look at, the different zodiac signs, there's cardinal, fixed, and mutable. And Gemini, which governs this card, is a mutable sign. It's where, the cardinal sign of Aries meets the fixed sign of Taurus, and it's the mutable point. It's where communication allows for some kind of exchange through a situation. And as we all know, without communication, not very much can happen. There's kind of like two people sitting in their own corners, so to speak. Now, the ultimate outcome that came in for the day is the Queen of Cups, which was clarified by the Cosmos card, which is traditionally known as the world. And so these are energies that are asking us, what do we actually want to nurture and grow in our life? The Queen of Cups is associated with cardinal water energy, so it's associated with the sign of Cancer and active emotion and what calls us to engage and that which we want to nurture and grow. And the Cosmos card is associated with Saturn, and so it's asking us to look at that picture of completion and what aspects we want to be playing part of that and what that ultimate image and feeling and sensation looks like. And if we are making an effort and a stride to go there in that direction based on this opportunity that we have. Now, astrologically speaking, the influences that are on the table, I kind of briefly mentioned in the reading. We have this influence of the sun, the influence of the zodiac sign of Gemini, which is where Mars is currently. And then we have the Cosmos card, which is associated with Saturn. So Saturn right now is at the end degrees of Aquarius. And a lot of times when planets are leaving a specific zodiac sign, there is this completion of the energy of that area of our chart. Now, Saturn has been in the sign of Aquarius, so if you are familiar with your natal chart and where Aquarius sits in your natal chart, it's going to have been adding some kind of influence and sense of responsibility and accountability about how you need to make the changes in that area of your life before you can progress into developing other areas and aspects of your life. Now, it's interesting because we have, you know, the sun that just moved into Pisces, and so it is bringing light and bringing movement and bringing, you know, a realization to these areas that we've had kind of buried that we didn't want to look at. And consider that if you have, you know, your sun, moon, or rising sign in Pisces right now, which is where the sun is at, then you're going to be, you know, if it's your sun sign, you're going to be experiencing a solar return. So like this sense of coming back to yourself and revisiting yourself by way of the sun, and all of these other planets and influences that are going through that area of Pisces. But we also have this big influence of Saturn, which Saturn takes, you know, roughly 28.5 to 29 years to move around the whole zodiac system. So it stays in one sign for about 2.5 years, and it's getting ready to leave this sign of Aquarius. So wherever that sits in your chart, it's like you're gaining this new sense of insight and responsibility in your life. So we have this, it's like we're revisiting how we want to look at things because of where Mars is sitting in Gemini. It's like looking at different vantage points and seeing, you know, what the energy and effort say if we went in this direction, what that would look like in comparison to if we went in this direction and what that would look like. But ultimately what helps us make that deciding factor is how nurtured and secure we feel in either situation. And that is ultimately what shows us the energy and direction of where we need to have responsibility and move towards completion. Now, when we're looking at the sky, which unfortunately where I am right now, it is very cloudy and there is a snowstorm coming in. So I don't think I'll be able to see the stars and the planetary bodies tonight, but wherever you are, perhaps maybe you will be. We do have kind of a cool situation happening right after sunsets for, you know, all the way toward the end of the month, because what we'll see is the sun, which is setting in the first degrees of Pisces. We'll be able to see the moon, which is starting to wax. It's a crescent moon. And then just beyond the moon, you'll be able to see Venus. And then just beyond that, you'll be able to see Jupiter. So for the next, you know, or up until like March 2nd, I believe, you'll be able to see Venus getting closer and closer and closer to Jupiter. And tonight, particularly, you'll be able to see the waxing moon, Venus, and Jupiter all lined up. And then even more into the horizon around Zenith position. And again, this is if you're facing south, and this is going to be over on the west. You'll be able to see Mars up in Gemini in around Zenith position right around sunset as well. So some cool things that we'll be able to see in the sky tonight. Let me know if you like this format a little bit better, if it helps things make sense, or if you prefer that the astrology and the tarot are smushed together. Because right now we all are going through kind of a big transition in our lives, because we have, you know, a lot of where we've had stability in our lives shift over the last couple of years based on that position of Uranus over in Taurus, and then that being in a 90-degree aspect to Saturn, which is over in Aquarius, is kind of calling us to level up in a whole new way. So I send you all a lot of love and a good wish, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.